need to debate this when they clearly aired. It's not about show of power. It should be about patriotism and conscience. Abusa Jackson Jilanyo in Cape Coast says, what's happening in Ghana? Power sweet pass. And this one from Lincoln in Akwetiman. I am scared when I listen to the Honorable Speaker. In fact, press freedom is no longer gaining roots under this government. Sam in Accra, he says, regarding pressmen coverage matter at Parliament, I agree with the Speaker. The press's admittance to cover parliamentary affairs must be based on terms and conditions. And that's Sam from Accra. Sam, interesting. Now, Koku Maulina Negbe says, if Speaker Professor Michael Quay now seeks to employ dictatorship and to restrict the media in their work in the House of Parliament, I will urge the media to desert him and his chamber. A free, independent media we expect to have. Derek Medina says, I am thinking the Speaker just wants to manage the priority of the work of journalists, even though the journalists have the freedom to decide what to cover. Really, now he says the chamber should be the main focus of the coverage of journalists, not individual press conferences. Journalists have the right to decide what to cover, but be useful.
Kwame from USA has a solution to this, because I believe Joe FM, as a leading radio station, should be represented by 2 reporters in view of the new developments in Parliament to resolve this problem. Come to think about it, the reporter was sent to cover proceedings in Parliament. I'm sorry.
The press conference, was it held outside Parliament?
Yeah, I mean, okay. I'm sorry, that's not what it is. But I like the solution you suggest. So he says, because of the Speaker's wishes, we should employ one more person. So one person will do chamber, and the other person will do outside. That's not a bad thing, Kwame. I'm grateful that you joined us with your thoughts. We're going to do business shortly, and George is joining me with his thoughts with the latest on the world of business shortly after this break.
Your success, our passion.
So how the thing end? My God! So we video call like 2 minutes. Then now she say make I take over and meet them. But Charlie, as I hang up, we are Rexy, my data finish. See, I roam I no get it by. So after they come look for another phone.
Hey, my guy, hold up. You see why you for use Vodafone?
I be all be the same data.
Who tell you? Now with Vodafone, whether you get data or not, you go free use the Uber app with no data charges at all.
Hey, you sure?
Oh yeah. Now Vodafone the Uber partner. So even if you get data where you use the Uber app, they not they tell you anything. Where if you no get data safe, Charlie, you the free use the Uber app. Simple. No data matter bia. Where they be safe be say, as you they use the app, you the free get free ride. Where it come with some champion discounts. You can now order your Uber ride at no data cost and stand a chance to enjoy free rides and amazing discounts. Switch to Vodafone today.
The future is exciting. Ready?
Welcome back to Business on Newsnight. Let's now settle for the details. And the receiver for the defunct financial institutions is insisting that more than 2,000 accounts belonging to depositors have been credited. The payment of these accounts sums up to a little over 600 million Ghana cedis. Now, the insistence follows report that sought to question these payments. Partner at PricewaterhouseCoopers, Eknanepa, has been speaking exclusively to Joy Business on the payment process.
As of 5 p.m., we hadn't, because as of 5 p.m., we were engaged in some reconciliation exercises. We hadn't at that time. But we made sure that within Monday, some text messages went out. And indeed, on Monday, some accounts were credited as CBG.
But Mr. Impersam will see that there was a communication on Friday that payment to be made on Monday.
Yes.
Everybody was expecting that the receiver and then the banks would have done all that you have to do to ensure that by the close of 5 p.m. on Monday, my account was credited.
I take that. It is true. If you have to look at the cutoff of 5 p.m., we did not meet that deadline. But we started delivering from around 10 p.m. We did. All right. So we delivered on Monday.
I see. So help me out. Have you been able to pay these deposits? Because we are struggling to even identify even one person out of the 1,900 or even 2,000 messages that you've sent out.
Well, I tell you for a fact that we have paid. All right. Between Monday, when we commenced payments, and yesterday, all right, we had paid a total of in excess of 10,000 claims. In excess of that 10,000 claims, we had paid in terms of value 610 million. We had paid. We paid schools. We credited accounts of schools. We credited accounts of hospitals. We credited accounts of some individuals. All right. So yes, we made those payments between Monday and Tuesday. All right. So we have made payments, but it doesn't surprise me because I know you would be surprised to know.
But don't you find that interesting that the receiver says I've processed these claims, I've sent text messages to maybe close to 2,000 people, and we cannot even get one person out and say that Joy FM, Joy Business, I have been a beneficiary. I won't give you the details.
Yeah.
We are struggling.
Well, you may struggle because when people get money, they only want others to know that they have money, so you come with your worries and your problems on them. Yeah. Okay, but we received several thank yous. We received several thank yous. And the
receiver is prepared to share that with us.
I can share them with you. Yeah. We received several thank yous that thank you, the message came, I followed up with CBG, I got my funds. We have them. All right. But then that is the occupational hazard that I face. No thank you as such to testify that yes, you've indeed delivered. And that's what it is. And that is what actually belies the hard work that we are doing.
Eric Nanipa is a receiver for the liquidation process of some financial institution, and he is a partner at accounting firm PricewaterhouseCoopers. Now, there will be more on this on the business edition of PM Express on the Joy News channel on Multi TV, that is tomorrow at 9 p.m. Let's still stay within the financial sector because the Bank of Ghana closed its fourth dollar auction, failing to sell the proposed amount on offer. Now, based on the forex calendar for this year, the central bank was supposed to actually sell $40 million. However, it just offered $20 million. But what were the reasons for this? There is more in this Business Desk report.
Based on the results, $42 million came from banks and dealers in bids during the auction, but the Bank of Ghana was prepared to sell $25 million. The auction results also showed that $500,000 was rejected by the regulator. The central bank had told Joy Business that in most cases there have been problems with the bid submitted by some of the banks and dealers, and that has often been the reason for rejecting their bids. For example, banks and dealers that were looking for $30.7 million and wanted it supplied in 7 days at a maximum rate of 5 cedis 31 pesos. But the Bank of Ghana was willing to sell $14 million at a rate of 5 cedis 29 pesos. The Bank of Ghana has maintained the forward sale forex is to help businesses plan for the dollar demand and help deal with persons and businesses demanding for dollars when they don't actually need it. The cedi has witnessed some significant appreciation since the beginning of this year. Analysts put the rate of appreciation at a little over 5%. You are likely to get a dollar today at around 5 cedis 40 pesos.
And that was a Business Desk report. Now, operators of forex bureaus have been warned to desist from sharing the same offers with unrelated businesses. Now, this follows an operation by the Bank of Ghana, which revealed that some forex bureaus are operating in the same office space as other businesses. Now, head of communications at the Bank of Ghana, ACM, warned that the practice is unlawful and the operators must desist from this act.
We visit them without them knowing, and engage them. So we are able to tell them that, look, we were here on this day and this is the shots that we picked from here. This is happening. And so they have even agreed to display our notices on their walls and to point their customers to the notices. We've been to this shop that is a travel and tour services shop, and we saw Forex Bureau there, and they are saying, well, we are not dealing in Forex Bureau. It's supposed to be a branch of a Forex Bureau. So we've given them the usual sensitization, and right before us, they've taken down the signage and what have you. So we'll continue to do this. We need to signal to people that it flouts the regulations.
Issy Hammond is head of communications at the Bank of Ghana. And that's all for Business on News Night.
Thank you very much, George.
What kind of phone is this? Hey, Joe, into the coloring to you be running you. Chance not for you. Uber upgrade. Shesuna dialing. *120*1#. Nabeka MTN Resume level promo. If we and copy every busumi in a year, would your Kosuna use with MTN number? No. Do more. Now with me, we need one of the 20,000 iPro Amber 5S phones. Cafe door. Bob, come on. Test it. Now for Chama Monica. Agbena. Kaisa Ubechenu Rintono. So Osaka iPro Amber 5S phone. MTN Resume level promo. New year, new phone, new ringtone. We are good together. We're there for you everywhere you go.
Mr. Barr has big dreams for his business, Barr & Co. Limited, and his family, making them a reality man to long drives and queues. He's lost precious time struggling to pay his suppliers in China, Turkey, India, and other parts of the world. With the First National Bank global payment via our online banking enterprise, he now pays for all that in the convenience of his home or office, giving him time to focus on family and growing his business. Use our online banking enterprise to access Forex when you need it. It takes a bank that does more to help your family. So who's helping yours? First National Bank. How can we help you?
We know it's important to create a productive and supportive working environment by investing in your employees' health. With a leading international track record, Apex Health Insurance is regulated and licensed by the National Health Insurance Authority to provide medical insurance services to institutional clients, families, and individuals. Apex Student Package and International Medical Solutions are all here to cushion you. Visit Apex Health Insurance Office at Zion House, Boundary Road, Shiashi, or call
0501-683-914
or 0232-000-015. In Kumasi, we are located opposite Prempeh College, Sofo Line, and in Takrady, Apex Health, your preferred health insurer.
To be successful, you need to have an eye to spot opportunities and a plan to harness them. Amazing products like Waka Now Pay Small Small. Yes, Pay Small Small allows you to lock down great travel deals with a down payment of only 25%, leaving you with cash to meet other pressing needs. You have the liberty to pay the balance in up to 3 convenient installments. Be smart. Use Pay Small Small. Visit wakanow.com.gh to get started.
Waka Now. Let's go.
Thanks for staying with us here on Newsnight. Let's move on to some other stories now. Auditor General Daniel Domelevo is tonight firing back at the Deputy Agricultural Minister Richard Osei-Nyarko in the ensuing scholarship saga, dismissing claims of malice, unprofessionalism and bias in the ongoing controversy. The Deputy Agric Minister lashed out at the Auditor General over what he describes as a grossly unprofessional and incompetent work published by the Audit Service to cause him public disaffection. His lawyer, Gary Nimako, on PM Express last night gave Mr. Domelevo after 24 hours to apologize for the inclusion of Mr. Osei-Nyarko's name in the list when, according to him, he didn't benefit from the Get Fund scholarship scheme.
My view is that if the Auditor General was doing his work diligently, without any malice, it was very professional and was doing his own checks properly, he will have come to a different conclusion. As a matter of fact, the information that he was working with was inaccurate, and therefore he will have definitely been able to double check with DEFRAN to say, look, can we have payment vouchers if indeed these monies were paid to these beneficiaries? If there were any approvals, can we have information on them? If there were any disbursement, can we have information on them? It would have been very clear. But to have gone on the tender he went, clearly you can see some malice in what he has done. And don't forget, this is being discussed all over in this country is flowing, running through social media, running to the internet everywhere, and then the names are being put out there without any just cause, without any basis. He should do the right thing, eat the humble pie, and come out and say, look, I look at the senior account. I think I got it wrong. And all the other people whose names have appeared, for which he got it wrong, he must also come out and apologize. We are aware that certain persons, even in the NDC, receive, get fund beneficiaries. But at the end of the day, you don't find their names on the list that were provided out there. How come it was just one-sided?
Are you accusing the Auditor General of being political?
Look, it is your conduct that people will read meanings into it. If you behave in a manner that will put you read meanings into your conduct, you are doing so. You see, if you go and do work, at the end of the day, your findings are that the audit work reviews A and B and C. You put up everything. You don't put some and leave others.
I mean, I need clarity on this. Are you accusing Daniel Dumelevo of being partisan?
My brother, I'm saying that it is the conduct of Mr. Dumelevo that people are now raising concerns and questioning his conduct.
Very finally, you've given him 24 hours to apologize. If 24 hours elapses and he hasn't apologized, what next?
We will take him to court.
You will sue him for what?
When it gets there, you will see the release that we are going to put out there.
Defamation?
We'll take him to court.
Defamation?
I said we'll take him to court.
Okay.
When we take him to court, obviously the suit will be out there. You will see what we are asking him to do.
Well, as expected, Daniel Dumelevo is fighting back. What is he saying in the statement that he's issued tonight?
Okay, so he's written to the lawyers of the Deputy Agric Minister. Portions of it, it says that it should be noted that the information contained in an audit report is from the audited entity. And in this instance, every information or name that is contained in the performance audit report on GetFund came from GetFund, the audited entity. Certainly, his office has no malice or bias towards any individual named as beneficiary from GetFund in that audit report. Now he claims that the grievances therefore is best addressed by GetFund, who provided the audit team with the necessary information and names of beneficiaries during the audit. So that's the Auditor General responding to the Deputy Agric Minister, Richard Kennedy Ose Nyako, I should say. But Gary Nimako is his lawyer. He joins us on the line. We're grateful for your time here on Newsnight, Mr. Nimako. So 24 hours has expired, correct?
That is so, before.
That is so. So have you received the apology from the Auditor General? Because as far as I'm concerned, there's not been any apology. Maybe he's done that to your client or yourself.
Well, we have received, good evening to you and good evening to your cherished listeners. We have received a letter, as you rightly indicated, addressed to me for the Auditor General. And clearly, if you look at the letter and read the contents in its entirety, it indicates my position that, as a matter of fact, the job that was done by the Auditor General was not a good job. He didn't do a good job at all. Because clearly he's admitting that the information that came to his office from GetFund, nothing was done to it. They just lifted it hook, line, and sinker and published it on their website without verifying.
Which part of the letter, at least I have one page, the letter, which part, if you could quote, states that indeed they just lifted it and then just published?
Let me refer you, I think you just read it, but let me refer you to, it should be noted that the information contained in the audit report is from the audited entity. Which means that, in essence, information didn't come from him. It's from GetFund.
But if you're going to audit an entity, Mr. Nimako, sorry, I just want to get clarity on that.
Listen to me. You call me for me to clarify. Listen to me. If you get information from an audited entity, it is up to you to ensure that the information is verified. Now, let me refer you to Section 13 of the Audit Service Act. That is Act 584. 2000. And let me read the relevant portion for you. The Auditor General shall examine in a manner that the Auditor General finds necessary that the public and other government accounts, and shall ascertain whether C, monies have been expended for the purposes for which they were appropriated, and the expenditures have been made as authorized. Now, this is a case where the MP is complaining that I did not receive any money from the fund. Now, in your own document, which you have titled, members of parliament, politicians, media practitioners, lecturers, heads of institutions, and associated awarded scholarships. They were awarded scholarships. You go to the paragraph 81, you don't find any name attached to any money attached to the name. That place is blank. That in itself should have raised to you a red flag. You ought to write to the entity for them to explain to you how come the document that you have received from them, that particular portion, there's no money or there's no monetary award to the person.
And you're sure that was not done? And you're sure that was not done? But I've listened to you enough. Let me just quickly ask you about this. If I were to audit your law firm, for instance, where would I get information from to do that auditing?
It's from my office.
Okay, but isn't that what happened in the case of the Auditor General? Because he's saying that he got the information from the GETS Fund. Of course, I'm sure that they will not just lift it and then just publish. Some auditing may have been done. So he's saying that the suits that you're directing at him for the apology and all, that should be directed to GETS Fund because they got the information from them.
In fact, that is where you are missing the point. And that is where he too is missing the point. Because I have just quoted the law for you, that the law enjoins the Auditor General that when they get information, they must ensure that the every appropriation and disbursement have been done according to the law. So the question I'm asking the Auditor General is simple. When he got information from GET Fund, did he verify from them as to whether or not any disbursement has been made in favor of the minister? That is the question. So ask him whether he verified from them, whether they gave any PVs, payment vouchers, to support any payment which is said to have been made in favor of the deputy minister to any school.
And you are certain that was not done, Mr. Nimako?
It was not done. If it was done, they should give us the documentation. So now we've visited the GET Fund.
Okay.
We visited the GET Fund today. Listen. Don't rush too much. We visited the GET Fund today. In a letter dated 26 February 2020, and you're asking 5 questions from GET Fund. 1, whether or not the office has disbursed any funds in favor of Honorable Kennedy Senyako. 2, if so, how much did the office disburse in his favor? 3, when was the said money disbursed? 4, which school did GET Fund pay the money to, or which account did they pay the money to? And then 5, you find with copies of payment vouchers, evidencing payment of school fees on behalf of Honorable Kennedy Senyako. We're asking these questions because subsequent even to today's deliberations, I've received phone call from even what do you call this place? Attorney General's office. Some people are there saying that their names have been put in there. There are only allocations to their names. They are going to the school, but they didn't receive any money. Yet their names are on the list. Their names are on the list.
Well, but 24 hours has expired, like you said, or elapsed, and the Auditor General has not given you the apology. You told Evans yesterday on PM Express that if that does not happen, you're going to sue the Auditor General. Has that been done?
Let me ask a question. Do you find the response of the Auditor General a proper response to our letter?
That's not up to me. That's not up to me. You asked specifically. You asked specifically for an apology, else you sue. So I'm only asking. You rightly said that the 24 hours has elapsed, and I'm asking what your next option will be.
He has responded within 24 hours, and his response that he has given us to us is an apology to the question that we put to him.
Without the apology,
we are going for further. Please. We are going for further.
But Mr. Gary, you wouldn't want to just speak without anybody speaking. That's not fair too. But I'm asking you specific questions. If I get specific answers, I wouldn't have to budge in. I'm asking that he's responded without the apology. What then happened?
That is correct. He has not apologized. But that shows clearly. What I'm saying, what shows clearly, we are taking a certain position that he will not apologize. It's for us to have better plan as the way forward. And we are going further to GET Fund, to get more info from GET Fund. After GET Fund, we proceed to the next level of action.
Grateful for your time. That's Gary Nimako, his lawyer for Deputy Agric Minister, and speaking to us here on Newsline. Let's do sports now, Benedict. What's the latest?
How are you?
I'm good, Benedict.
Well, he's bent on getting to the bottom of the matter. That's Wilfred Osei-Kweku, affectionately known as Palmer, has paid 22 50,000 Swiss francs to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, that's CAS, on behalf of the Ghana Football Association for his disqualification from the presidential elections appeal case to be heard. Now, following the FA's failure to pay the money, CAS gave Mr. Palmer a deadline of February 27 to settle the money or forget about pursuing the case. Well, Iboapia, his chief strategist for Team Palmer, and confirms to Joy Sports the money has been paid.
I can confirm to you that Mr. Wilfred Kokose Palmer has paid an amount of 32,000, representing the other part of the arbitration cost, making it a total of 44,000 for the arbitration process and at CAS to be done. Initially, CAS has asked both parties, the appellant and the respondent, to pay 22,000 each. But as we all know, the GFA refused to pay. So, in order for the case to be heard, Mr. Kokose Palmer had no choice than to pay, and we thank God it has been able to be done. So, in due course, the procedural rules at CAS will be invoked, and then the matter will be heard accordingly.
We'll definitely follow this case and bring you more in our subsequent sports bulletins. Now, updates coming from the Black Bombers camp in Senegal. Captain Suleimanu Tete has qualified for the Tokyo Olympic Games. He won 5-0 against his Algerian opponent, that's Flissi Mohammed, in their flyweight 48-52 kilograms. Suleimanu will fight for gold on Friday to enhance his pedigree as Africa's #1 in that weight category. Onela Southern PhD failed to qualify for the finals, denying her direct qualification to the Tokyo Olympic Games. And of course, tonight is UEFA Champions League, one of 16 games, one in France and then one in Spain. In Spain, we're going to have Madrid. It will come up against Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. The good news for Manchester City fans is that Raheem Sterling is back in the team, and then we'll see what happened in the other game.
Is the City not on lockdown? Coronavirus.
Oh, which city?
Oh, okay.
Manchester City.
No, Spain. I thought there were some issues.
No,
you're not playing
it's in
Spain.
Italy.
Oh,
it's
okay.
in Italy.
But Italy, even that, we're
yeah,
hearing
no,
some
but Italy,
cases
so what's going to happen is,
what's
going to happen is the game involving Juventus and Inter Milan this coming weekend will be behind closed doors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that case is in Italy, not in Spain. But of course, there will be live commentary at exactly 8. We start our build-up from 7 with the UEFA Champions League preview show.
Thank you very much. Well, guess what? Tonight at 9 p.m. on the Joy News channel on PM Express, the Majority Leader and Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, Osechi Mensah, is my guest. He'll be speaking about the controversy surrounding some of his own members of Parliament on his side of the divide, benefiting from the GET Fund.
I think that MPs are well endowed. I'll suggest to you that it's not like that at all.
But they are not needy. Under the laws that govern the GET Fund.
What is needy?
It's needy is needy. Your constituents who
what is needy?
Who you fund with
if somebody wants to continue his education, right, at a particular time, he or she cannot provide the funding himself for that enterprise.
Member of Parliament.
No, I'm saying. Member of Parliament. You think that if maybe the person has to pay about $10,000 for one term, the member of Parliament can afford that.
Well, you want to join us at 9 p.m. Very fascinating conversation with the Majority Leader, Osechi Mensah on all the controversial issues, including his own ambitions to go back to Parliament and the controversy in his constituency and the Ashanti region as far as the primary is concerned. It's at 9 p.m. tonight. It's on Joy News Channel, on Multi TV, and it's going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah,
at 9 p.m. All our social media platforms as well. You can start sending your messages there to everyone. And then, of course, we can do that. But it's time for our Arrive Alive campaign, and it's to end the carnage on our roads. And tonight, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority has joined the campaign. Guess what? The Deputy Director in charge of driver training and licensing at the DVLE, Kafui Semevo, has been speaking on the AM show about why they decided to join the campaign.
Let me just congratulate Joy for this campaign, which we also wish to join. We are very worried because the interventions that we put in place, we do not expect to be seeing what we see. But if you look at the causes or the reasons these things are happening, it is more of human error. And we have the opinion that people shouldn't be dying because somebody else made a mistake.
And that's Kapui Semevo there. He's with the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority. And just before we go, it was a walk in the park for Ola SHS.
We crashed
Tongo SHTS and Dofo SHS.
In the land of the blind.
Oh, look at you.
The 1 minus.
Do you know how many points?
How much?
52 points. 52 points. Masa, yesterday.
When I beat the other people by 100.
That was which 100? It hasn't happened, Masa. It hasn't happened.
The land of the blind. Which quiz did you beat again?
What?
Which quiz did you beat?
We beat Tongo. SHTS.
And which one else?
And Dofo SHS. It's a voter regional level.
Okay.
Wait till we come to the national. Play the sound.
I am a branch of biology. Historically, I was a branch of botany. Although I am evolutionarily more closely related to animals than to plants, this was not recognized until a few decades ago. I am the branch of biology concerned with the study of fungi. Who am I? Ola? Mycology. I am a dynamical property of an object. I characterize the state of motion of an object. I am a vector quantity. My rate of change equals the net force on the object. Yes, Ola.
Linear momentum.
At the end of the contest, Duffer Senior High School had 9 points. Tongo SHTS 13 points. Ola Senior High School a wide margin of 52 points. Congratulations to my girls.
Go on, celebrate.
The girls they form.
It be here we day. The day you come to the nationals.
It doesn't matter. We've won this one. A step at a time. When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it.
Okay. Ola bubo. Ola banana.
Charlie, the girls are down well. That's it for News Night.
That's it for News Night tonight, and enjoy the rest of your evening. My name is Mensah.
I am Emefa Apawu.